Hey, how you doing today? I am Taquila Coleman. In today's video, we're going to talk about the fourth prayer watch and your God-ordained marriage promise. So if you are currently standing for a God-ordained marriage promise and you understand covering your spouse in prayer and you've been on your post, covering your person in prayer, you already have fasted a few times, you've been breaking off them generational curses, destroying spirit spouses, you breaking soul ties, from the past. Like if you learning this process and you're like, okay, God, so what's next? What is my next strategy? This is your next strategy, the fourth prayer watch. Okay. Now, the Lord revealed this strategy to me about 2 months ago. And before I released it to the community, I wanted to make sure that I understood this strategy. Okay. I wanted to make sure, that while I was implementing this strategy, that I was also seeing results. Okay. So that I can properly communicate it and articulate it back to you. Okay. So the fourth prayer watch is your next strategy. I wrote this. This is more like a guide. This is a very small book, but it's more like a guide because originally I was going to turn this into an ebook. When I did a live on the fourth prayer watch, and I think I titled it "Watchmen Get on Your Post." But in that live, I talked about, like the fourth prayer watch and, what God was telling us to do. That was our next strategy, right? But after that live, since that live, many people have reached out to Keela. What are you praying? What are you doing, during the fourth prayer watch time, right? And so I decided because originally I had decided to just turn this into an ebook and then just give it to you. But I was like, no, this is something you need to have in your hand, right? Because this is really how I am in my prayer closet. Okay. I have I write out my prayer points. I write out my scriptures. I have this stuff in my hand. I don't wing it. Okay. So I decided not to turn this into an ebook and just turn it into a little small book that you can grab, read, go straight to the scriptures, in the book. Because let me just tell you this: in the book, in the fourth prayer watch, I give you scriptures, okay, to say during this fourth prayer watch time. I'm also giving you I break down the spirits that you want to be rebuking during this time. Let me just say this too. The fourth prayer watch, this is very strategic by God. Okay. So it is very strategic because you could be praying for you could be praying to God concerning a certain prayer point, but God is like, I need you, if you want me to answer that, I need you to get on this prayer point at this time because that's when God is up that way. He's always up. But that's when certain things are taking place during the fourth prayer watch, okay? And I talk about these things inside of the book, right? So many of you are not seeing some of your prayers being answered because you're praying at the wrong time. Okay? Understand these prayer watches, okay? There are times when angels are released, right? And so angels hearken to the word of God, right? And I know for a fact the fourth prayer watch is one of the times when the angels are already being released. There's a Pacific angel that is released, and that is the destroying angel. And you want God to release that angel because that angel is going now to destroy the works of the darkness. Whatever the darkness, the kingdom of darkness has planted over your life, such as those traps, blockages, restriction, limitation. They sit in these witchcraft, all their witchcraft towards you. They cast a spell. You want God to release that destroying angel, and the destroying angel is released during this time. So we got to understand the fourth prayer watch and why is this our next strategy? Okay. Now, so like I was saying in the book, I'm giving you the scriptures, some direct scriptures you need to be saying during this time. I'm also because there's a section in here on rebuke the power of the witch. Okay. You need to know, where does this witch get his or her power from? A witch could be a man. They call warlock, right? So you need to know exactly what to rebuke. So I'm breaking that down in the book. I'm also, in the book you will find these all of these spears that's attacking your prodigal spouse. And I list out all of these spears you want to make sure you're targeting during the fourth prayer watch. Okay. Now, during this fourth prayer, why this is why it's so important, and this is why I turned it into like a little small guide so that you can have this on you at all time. Because again, during the fourth prayer watch, angels are assigned and working on your behalf. Okay, God releases the destroyer spirit against the enemy during this time. Okay, if you're dealing with that Pharaoh spirit, this is the time when Pharaoh will let you go or let go of your marriage promise. Okay, and I got all this in the book. This is also the time when the Lord is throwing your enemies into confusion. Okay. So again, you know, you many of you are you already praying and you fast and you like, God, I'm not seeing anything. You gotta make sure you're doing these things at specific times so that you can get that results during that time. Okay. So again, get the book. You can head over to Amazon. The book is over on Amazon. You can get this book is available on Kindle and paperback. But you could also go to this direct link, godordainedmarriages.com/prayer watch, and order your copy today. Okay, this is your next strategy. The fourth prayer watch is your next strategy. I am Taquila Coleman. I'll talk to you real soon. Take care.